All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man, Jay. So, I got to talk to Pixel Fold owners. I have to talk to you. So now that Google has launched the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro, they've got a new watch out. But more importantly, how do you feel about your current situation with your Pixel Fold? How do you feel about it? Do you feel like you're still winning? I feel like this is a great device, but I've done a lot of videos, folks. I've done so many videos on this device, and now I'm in that skating phase. Like I gave you 6 months with the S23 Ultra, and this video is sponsored by the S23 Ultra, by the way. Giving the iPhone 15 Pro a rest. Got a treat coming for you guys. But how do you feel about what Google has done now with the 8 and 8 Pro? Do you still feel like you're on top of the game? Now, personally, I don't feel cheated, I guess. As soon as this phone launched, I was in awe. But then, the hype is over. Remember, I used to do after the hype videos. Well, I'd done one for this one. And this phone / device, this tablet, whatever you want to call it, mini computing device, which is basically what they all are. This folding style device from Google is actually still a phenomenal device. It's just that there's no specials on it to where it can get into more people's hands, other than locking people in and giving you a discount. And then, you got to stay with someone for 36 months or 24 months. There's not a lot of promos on this device. Those are the only kind that I see. It's never been discounted to my knowledge. If it has been discounted like $500 off or something like that, it has to come. And when it does come, folks, when those times come, jump on it. Now, normally, when I get a device, I really don't plan on trading it in. I wouldn't want to trade this in. But the way I feel about this device versus if they bring out another one, I probably would trade this in, because I know they will probably give us at least $1,000 for this. And seeing as the way it costs $2,000 after taxes, $1,947, something like that, I would definitely trade this in. I wouldn't want to hold on to this because I know I probably wouldn't use it much after the new version comes out. So we are still 3 to 6 months out, before Google even is going to consider probably, giving us something new with this, if they even do it again. That is my concern. So this will work both ways for me. If they decide to do it again, I'll trade this in more than likely. Normally, I haven't been trading in my devices, but honestly, I don't feel like I got my money's worth with this one, with the $2,000 that I spent. I don't feel like it's there. Because I'm not as excited about it as I was, like when I got it. Some phones just keep me hyped the entire time. Like I'm still hyped about the Surface Duo OG first version, but this first version right here, I'm so disappointed in the video cameras. I can't get past that. And so when the new version comes out, I'm sure that I'll probably trade this in. Now, the flip side of that is if they don't bring a new version, this is a great item that I will hold on to, because then it'll start to get some traction. They'll start doing software updates. They'll tweak some things. Developers will jump on board, and it'll come to life like, what's that phone? The Essential phone came to life and just got a ton of support. And then also the Duo itself, the Surface Duo 1 just came to life, got a bunch of updates. Some phones, it just happens like that for them. The companies, they don't want to invest in the device if they're not selling a bunch of them. And unfortunately, we're still dealing with developers not updating their applications. That's what we're dealing with. Some applications are updated and some are not. Simply put, I think that once developed, because and it's such an old conversation right now, once all the developers get on board, everything works fine. I don't mind having to rotate the phone to this orientation for the app to work, but it would have been nice if some of these OEMs or some of the developers take advantage of these large surfaces and give us a different form of a device, a tablet version. It could be anything. Link up, you know what I mean? So, and give us something different. But unfortunately, that is not the case. I'm rolling up on 90 days with this device. I'm still loving it, hyped about it, use it daily. It doesn't just sit on the shelf. I rotate using all of my devices because I paid all this money for them. So I want them, and even the ones that I didn't pay for, that I've gotten in for review or something like that, I still try to rotate all the devices and make sure that I'm getting, the use out of them, and not just circling back around every now and then. But I feel like with this device's price, I hope they do bring another version of this, because I think we deserve one. This was great. This is a great iteration of this device, but there are just things about it that are just not, they're not, I'm not as happy as I was initially. Now, there'll be people that get so upset behind that, but you got to face reality, and you have to accept other people's reality sometimes. You don't have to agree with it, but I personally think that they should do it again. And they've got to come even better than this. They've got to tweak the hardware a little bit more. They've got to make sure developers are on board. Like, when companies release, like Apple released the 15 Pro Max, and they get with developers ahead of time and release games and stuff that's going to work with specifically, they're trying to do something to entice people to know there's going to be some kind of support. And so with Google, with this device, I don't know that that's going to happen. I hope it does. I hope developers get on board, because this is a stunning piece of hardware, beautifully thin folding device. It's the right aspect ratio. It's like the perfect size for a person who wants a small phone, but still enjoys a big one sometimes. And that is me. I prefer a smaller device overall, because when I'm exercising or when I'm moving about, I just don't want to feel like this big brick is in my pocket. And that is some things I think they can capitalize on. They can capitalize on weight savings. They can capitalize on a lot of things. The design, they can just do so much with this. Really, this camera bar is, this should have the Pixel 7 or 6, that type of bar back here. I still stand firm on that. There's no reason that it should have this big clunk on the back like that. I'm just not feeling it. But nonetheless, I'm really hoping that Google decides to come through for us again. This is a phenomenal device. And I think a lot of people are still enjoying their Pixel Fold. I am. It's just become more of a photo thing when I'm using it out and about. And I know that I can get the perfect photo with this thing. I know that I can. Google is still king of AI and king of the photos, and they've got it on lock. There is no denying that. But I want more. Simply put, I want more. It's more than just a flex at this point. I want more. I need a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna need some more from them, because the 8 and 8 Pro folks, those cameras, and then 7 years of updates, this device should be right in line with that, and should have been there. So it's your man Jay. How do you feel now that you've seen, and I'm talking to Pixel Fold owners, how do you feel now that you see the 8 and 8 Pro is out there, and look at what's getting ready to happen for that device, those devices? How do you feel about that? Do you feel like you're still confident in your purchase? Do you still like this device the same? I want to talk about it in the comments. Let's get real. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.